Hello guys, and welcome here to the Jello Cup Series. This is race number 20 here today from the Pocono Raceway. Today we present to you the Pocono 350. I'm Brian James here in the booth, and starting from the pole will be the guy who finished 20th yesterday, Dick Clark. He is your pole sitter, and to the outside is Matt Dixon. Of course, yesterday we saw a thriller. It came down to a photo finish between Nathan Faden and Casey Naneko. And of course, Nathan Faden was victorious in that race, and he punches his ticket for now, to my knowledge, in the playoffs. The question will be, will he be there at the end? We will see. He also punched his ticket into the GCN All-Star race. Today is the last chance to do that. And I've been teasing this morning a battle for the points, or technically to be the pole sitter. Of course, that battle won't mean anything if Dustin Davis wins here today. But Muhammad Zain Abdullah, Chase Miller, Zach Fitzwater, all winners this season, they want to finish ahead of the other. Because, again, if they finish ahead of the other and take that position away in the points, they will be the pole sitter at 8 Bowl. Not that it will matter because it's a super speedway, but I'm sure a lot of them would love to get the pole. And also, it doesn't matter for the fact of it won't count toward the All-Star, or it won't count toward what am I thinking? It won't count toward the showdown, or the clash at the beginning of the season. That's what I was thinking. Sorry, a little bit of lack of sleep. Anyway, if you missed, or if you want to know the knockout qualifying results, be sure to look at race number 19. It's the same 7 that were in the race yesterday. They will be in the race today because it's a double header. We're not doing 2 knockout qualifying sessions to determine who will make the field. Anyway, let's not delay any longer. Let's roll your intro, and we'll be back with the starting lineup here in just a moment. You are watching the Gaming Collaboration Network, home of the Jello Cup Series.
Oh man, through turns 3 and 4, we're going to have ourselves another photo finish, and I believe this time the 43 Tim Randolph will win at Daytona.
The Lift National Series. Here we go. They make their way through turn 3 and 4. The pace car will peel off. And for the first time ever, the Lift National Series is green here at Daytona. The Hitachi Truck Series. And here we go. The pace truck is gonna peel off, and for the first time ever in GCN history, we have a truck series, and we are underway under the lights here at Daytona in Tuesday night heat. Start for us. Your GCN presentation starts right now. Here we go. Hope and pray for no mechanical failures before the start of the race like we saw yesterday. As we show you now your starting lineup on the left-hand side of your screen. Again, keep in mind this is the last double header. This is the last double header this season. We had one earlier this season at Phoenix. And of course it is, again, the last chance besides, well, not the last chance, but if you want to say it's the last chance, then the showdown is the last chance to make the All-Star race. Of course, if we don't get a new winner today, or we get someone who is already All-Star eligible to win today, the rest of the guys who are not All-Star eligible will have to race their way in, and that will have to happen at 8 Bowl on Tuesday. Pace car is off. Dick Clark, Matt Dixon, they lead us to the green. The Pocono 350 is underway. Keep in mind, today we've got one more lap compared to yesterday. As Matt Dixon goes to the race lead, Charles Sanford a second. I don't want to say anything about Charles Sanford because every time I say something about him, I jinx him. So I'm just going to keep my mouth shut and say he's running in second right now. Here goes Michael Collins. Looking for the position, he won't get it. Matt Dixon is the only Stewart-Haas driver yet to win this season. Could he get over that hump today? That'll be the question. Here goes Sanford to the line, who will lead the opening lap. I believe it'll be Matt Dixon. And I would believe I'm correct. Matt Dixon leads the opening lap. Here goes Charles Sanford looking for second. With help from Michael Collins, and it won't matter. It looks like the cloud cover causing this the outside groove to be a lot more powerful today than the last few days. As you saw, those guys on that outside lane were really able to propel at the start there. And you see now Michael Collins looking to take second away. Keep in mind, Michael Collins already has a Lyft National win this season. He won at Road America. He does not have a Jello Cup Series win, but he would sure like one. Here we go, battle for the lead down the front stretch. But Matt Dixon will lead another lap. Again, after this, we go to Homestead. Then we have 2 weeks. So we won't race next weekend, but we will race next Wednesday. As you saw them battling for the lead, and Matt Dixon hangs on for the time being. But yeah, so keep in mind, we won't race next weekend, but we will race midweek in about a week and a half. So 10 days from now, we will be at Homestead. And then, of course, we will return after the Christmas and New Year's break, where we will run Zenjoltis. And I believe we have another weekend off, if I'm not mistaken. I could be very wrong. But, of course, when we come back, though, we will not have many races until the playoffs. As you see side by side there, and Michael Collins takes the race lead. And you see there Charles Sanford trying to get second. As we head into turn 2. And I believe he'll get it this time. Now he'll set his sights on the race leader. Again, I'm keeping my lips zipped about Charles Sanford. But yeah, so of course when we come back, we'll go to Zenjoltis. Then we'll go to Kentucky, Nashville, Canadian Tire, and Indianapolis, and that'll wrap up the regular season. But of course, before we leave for the Christmas break, we will have 5 races left in the regular season. And currently, the main battle, while on track, it appears to be between Michael Collins and Charles Sanford. The main battle is with Dustin Davis. Keep in mind, he's running 38th right now. in the race, but he is the points leader, plus 90 entering this race, and that is over the 17 of Muhammad Zain Abdullah, who is running in 19th. He also holds a slight lead, or a bigger lead, over Zach Fitzwater, over 100 points ahead of him. And you see a bunch of guys checking up. I assume we're hitting some pit stops. The other guy they're battling with, Joshua Sakulli, and of course they are also battling with Chase Miller, the Daytona 500 winner. Keep in mind, another thing is you saw those guys coming to the pit lane here on lap number 5, or coming to lap number 6. The longer you stay out, the more it hurts you. So these guys will want to pit next lap and minimize the damage, because I'm sure Michael Collins and the 43 of Scott Upton, they're going to be in trouble when they do cycle through. Same with the 77 David Paschal. He's one that ran up front yesterday. Had a good run. Another guy who ran up front, obviously, you see there, Carter Joey's up here. Jordan Anderson's up here. Nathan Faden, he's another one who had an incredible run yesterday, winning the race. And maybe he's thinking he can set himself up in a good position there. Of course, his buddy there, Casey Naneko, was the guy battling with them yesterday. He also stayed out that extra lap. Looks like the 41 had a slow stop. I'm wondering right now, is Joshua Sakulli coming to the pit lane? In fact, he is. So Matt Dixon, a slow stop. He drops to third. The battle now will be for the race lead. As you see some of those guys coming off the pit lane, Scott Upton's going to win that race. But can he get up to speed in time? Here comes the 03. Oh man, it's going to be close. But I think Charles Sanford's going to get it. Side by side, and I think Sanford's got it now. So Charles Sanford, the race leader. We're almost a third of the way through the race, and Charles Sanford is leading. Up ahead there is some lap traffic. Actually, did these guys stay out an extra lap? That's what I want to know. Because if they stayed out an extra lap, those two were the race leaders. Charles Sanford leads the lap. And yes, they did. They stayed out an extra lap and really hurt themselves. So now this puts Nate Faden sweeping the weekend in jeopardy. You see them side by side for second. That's Scott Upton and Xavier Rain. Keep in mind, Xavier Rain ran up front yesterday. Looked like he had a good finish coming his way, and unfortunately didn't happen. Unfortunately, Xavier Rain gonna have to settle for third right now. That side-by-side action allowed the 03 car to kind of pull away for the time being. And they're going to go side-by-side once again for the second position. And it won't matter. 65 backs out, and that allows... Oh, the 32 slow. He's got an issue. Oh, he's turning up the track. What's he doing? A lap traffic moment, I believe, is warranted here. Oh, what's he doing? Oh my goodness, he came up the track and LePaged the field. He did not LePage the leader, but he LePaged Jesse James in the 95 of Nicky Martinez. The caution flag is out. Joshua Scully, what were you thinking? That is definitely a lap traffic moment presented by Fitzwater's angriness there. Some guy's going to be very angry at the 6-year veteran of the Jello Cup Series, or the 5-year veteran. Wow. Let's go see what happened. No doubt, this is all on Joshua Scully here. And you see, just slides up the track. No time for the 95 or the 66 to react. And it essentially just ends the day for Nicky Martinez and Jesse James as well. And that's a tough break for those guys because, again, they wrecked out of the last race, or at least Nicky Martinez did. And now that'll be her second DNF in this doubleheader. She's going to be glad to leave Pocono. Let's take you back to the green. I'll tell you another guy who can't wait to leave Pocono. It's Dustin Davis again. Another issue for the 5. And he finishes in the exact same position he finished in yesterday. He is going to be so glad to be out of Pocono at the end of this. Sky Commons, though, probably very happy right now. He's leading the race. Charles Sanford in second. Scott Upton third. Jordan Anderson fourth. David Paschal in fifth. Carter Joey in 6th, Willow Ruby Crouch 7th, Dan Hummel in 8th, Michael Collins in 9th, and in 10th is Alexander Rowe. Keep in mind these guys behind Sky Commons pitted already. As the green flag waves, we're back underway. Again, everybody behind that 10 is already pitted, so you can imagine that 10 car about to make a pit stop very soon. Keep in mind, the strategy's kind of changed now. You don't think that extra lap makes much of a difference, but trust me, if you're on the same cycle or same pit strategy as yesterday, it makes a world of difference. As you see the 43 trying to battle with Charles Sanford, he can't do it this time. But the good news for Sky Commons is if he pits now, he's the most likely to make it to the finish. But obviously I don't think he's going to do that. And you see there he'll pit. Scott Upton's up here. And keep an eye on that 17 and the 4. And obviously the 35. We mentioned how these guys are still in the points battle. As you see a battle for the lead about to occur here, so we won't flip cameras. Charles Sanford, Scott Upton side by side entering turn number 2. Scott Upton's going to have to dive it in deep. And it looks like he did. They're still side by side. And Scott Upton's going to take the race lead. Charles Sanford to the pit lane, along with some of the other leaders here. So maybe that's why he was willing to give it up. And they should be able to make it to the finish, but I imagine the 10 will go to the race lead. But I said keep an eye on that 4 and the 17. Of course, did the 4 pit? The 4 did not, but the 4 has heavy damage. The 17, Mohammed Zain Abdullah in 22nd, just a few positions back of that. And they're going to want to really start moving to the front here. Because if they can get up front and possibly win this race, they could really close a lot of points on Dustin Davis. This is a very rare opportunity to capitalize on the points leader's mistakes because he hasn't made many this year. but this weekend has really iced them. So you will definitely want to capitalize on that. And you see Fitzwater's going to do just that. He's going to try to lead a lap, but Xavier Rain pressuring, it won't matter. Fitzwater leads a lap. And now the big thing is he should for sure make it to the finish here. You see he'll battle to the outside. He doesn't have the arrow right where he wants it. Obviously that rear end all crunched up. But for sure the 4 will make it to the finish, and no pun intended there. See, here comes the 43. There goes the 10. So I say nothing, or I say something in races past, Charles Sanford gets jinxed. I say nothing, Charles Sanford gets jinxed. For the record, I didn't jinx him this time. That's just bad luck on his part. So a tough break. And you see their right side's going to go on the 4, but I don't think he'll even come close to winning that race off. You see his teammate already coming through turn 3. See, there's the 65 as well, but it won't matter. Sky Commons is the race leader. Keep in mind, another win by Sky Commons will, for sure, likely clinch a playoff spot. But does he have enough fuel? Because if he doesn't, Scott Upton's going to capitalize and possibly clinch his first playoff appearance. Of course, the car he drove last season, that 37, is back there in 3rd. And he could pull off an upset. Keith Stevens. The 10's going to pit. We're coming to 2 laps of racing to go. Just look at how bad Charles Sanford's pit crew messed him up. And keep an eye on that 43 and that 65 because that, or I'm sorry, that 4 and that 65 because they for sure can make it to the finish. Oh, the 18's slow now. An issue for Casey Naneko, your Coke 600 winner. He needs to get out of the way. This could cause a caution that could end the race. He's got the 88 coming. A few others. You see there, he'll get down on the apron and stay out of these guys' way. We got 2 laps to go. You should just honestly hit the brakes or get in that runoff. Two laps to go. Can they make it to the finish? Oh boy. Oh boy. We're trying to keep an eye on this. The caution is out. White flag, 1 lap to go, presented by Mitchell's Memes. And it's going to end under caution. looks like an accident happened in turn 2. That man might have just clinched his first playoff appearance. And Zach Fitzwater might have just gained a few points on that 5. Mohammed Zain Abdullah might have closed up a few as well. We're going to show you the replay in just a moment. Again, I want to remind you, we are going to definitely be looking into overtime for all tracks going forward. But I don't know if that rule will be implemented this year. It's likely it could. It probably won't. But again, it's all in the planning phases right now. Is out of turn number 3. Scott Upton, he won at Auto Club earlier this season. He also won a race at Canadian Tire last season. Didn't make the playoffs. Well, today, if he stays top 30 the rest of the year, he clinched a playoff spot. Scott Upton wins at Pocono. Congratulations to that 43 team. They get a big win here today. Some of the guys, again, I mean, Mohammed Zain Abdullah, Zach Fitzwater, they might not have won the race, but they gained a lot of points on that 5. And now, when we go racing 10 days from now, Dustin Davis needs to get this stuff figured out. Let's go see what happened. So it was just for the 18, it looks like. I searched the whole track. I couldn't find anything else as far as why the caution came out. So Casey Naneko, being slow, brought out the final caution. Again, I remind you, we are exploring the opportunity at possibly doing overtime in all events, not just the super speedways. But again, I'm not fully ready to commit to that yet. We're still exploring our options with it right now, seeing what we can do. You never want to see a race end like this. I know a lot of you were upset with the Milwaukee result. So we'll see what happens. We want to thank you for watching. We're going to show you results and standings. Of course, the Jello Cup Series will not have another points race for 10 days, but we will have the All-Star race, and that is our next race. So we will see you Tuesday evening at 8 Bowl for that. If not, we'll see you at Quarter Slammer next weekend, or we'll see you at Homestead next Wednesday before Christmas. Until then, guys, goodbye, everyone.